also from Missouri. He's from all the way from St. Louis, Missouri, guys. You've seen him feature at clubs all over the nation. He's got an album out on Spotify right now, so check that out after the show. Everybody, let's make a whole bunch of noise starting right now. Big Springdale welcome. Whole bunch of noise. Whole bunch of noise. Whole bunch of noise. Everybody, Eric Brown!
Keep that going. Hey, you guys, off stage over there, I stole a guy's seat for a millisecond because he was getting ready to say, "You're headliner tonight," and I was like, "Oh, I don't want to stand in the way," so I sat on the bench, and then a girl goes, "Someone's sitting there," and I was like, "I just need it for," and then she came back, and I was like, "I gotta fucking go," and I ran up here, and it was a really intense moment where I was kind of an asshole, but it was totally unintentional, and I'm sorry. See them? They're going, no, it's fine, you didn't just steal a bench, and I didn't tell you you're stealing a bench, like, I stole a bench. Look at all those empty seats, and I took the one he needed. It's kind of dark. I'm referencing things no one can see. Ha ha ha! Comedy, hey. You guys, you know, backwards pitch. All right, hey. I like that. I think it's funny that. First of all, thank you, Rob, for coming out to a show. Second of all, I like that we're lit, and then the fucking speaker is lit way better. That's the star of the fucking show. That's the headliner. The Bose speaker. Just fuck that. Hey, you guys know when there's a frequency error and then you start giving feedback? Those are jokes from a speaker. Fuck you guys if you're not bored. Pay attention. Oh man. You know, sometimes when your volume gets too loud and the bass is too high and you're like, oh, you're really gonna blow me here. Oh boy. Oh, blowjob joke from a speaker. All right. I'm back. That was. What'd you guys think of the headliner? It's pretty good, right? Thank you. It's better than everything that's gonna happen. You guys, it's weird, like I'm in my 30s, I'm 32, and I'm still like angry. Like I never outgrew being 15. I still feel like an angry 15-year-old, but I'm in my 30s. Like I'm still into punk rock. Like when do I outgrow punk rock? Never. I know, here's what sucks though. Here's what bums me out, is like, being in your 30s and into punk rock means like I'm still angry and I still want the whole world to burn, but just up to my property line. Like I have nowhere to aim anger. I don't want things to be I want everything to be destroyed except things I value. So like my house, homeless shelters, places that serve good coffee, all fine. The rest of it can go. It's a very mature form of anarchy, I admit. It's like, oh, like leave the homeless shelters alone, but the rest of it, fucking public schools, we don't need them, do we? I don't know. Are we using them? Who knows? But no, it's weird like being this way. Like, really what I think more than destroying everything, I think we should just kill and eat the rich. Thank you. No, listen, here's the thing. I have kind of a broad definition of rich, and this is where I lose some progressives. I think if you make more than $35,000 a year, you've got to go. It's too much. You're doing too well. If you can afford Olive Garden twice a year, you gotta go. We don't need you. We don't need your time. You're hogging the resources. I want breadsticks too, you know? And if I ever start doing better in life, 40, 50, 60, I'll move that number back so that I'm always fucking safe in my anarchy. Are you kidding me? Okay, I'm a coward first and an anarchist second, and don't forget that. It's weird. Like, I don't have anywhere to aim my anger at anymore. I'm still as angry as I was when I was a teenager. But there's no one, like my wife and I, we get along. My kid, he's pretty cool. I don't want to yell at him. My dad and I see eye to eye. That just means we don't talk about politics, because otherwise I yell in his face, fuck you. Like, it's not cool. Like, if I yell at him, he won't help me later because he has money, I don't. You see what happens here? I can't. Oh, nobody gets help from their dad? Okay, all right. See, all of you would be burning in my fucking internet. Oh, more than 35? Oh, okay, a room full of fucking sinners. All right. You're making that 35 grand on the backs of slave labor. See, this is getting weird. Okay. Sometimes you riff and you get into a hole and you go, okay, maybe don't bring up slave labor, just move on. And then why would you revisit it to a room of silence? Remember when the speaker was funny? But yeah. No, like, I don't have anybody to be angry at anymore. Like, the next time I get to have righteous anger at somebody, I'm gonna be in my 60s, it's gonna be a doctor, and I'm gonna go, no, you're too sedentary! I can't wait. That's the next time. I'm gonna have to build anger for 40 years before I can yell at a doctor's face, fuck you, you know? No? Okay. I don't know. I went to a punk show recently. I went to a basement punk show. Had not been to one in like 15 years. Went to one a few months ago. And it was cool because I walked up to the house and I was like, man, you're 15, you're living in your youth, this is awesome. I pay my 15 bucks to get in, feeling like a kid. Hell yeah, Eric, you're living the dream. And I go downstairs and it's the first time in my life I ever felt old. I walked in like, yeah, you're 15, man, fucking spiked hair. Like, I obviously didn't, but you get it. And I got downstairs and immediately felt 80 years old because everyone in this basement was like 20 years old. I was like twice the age of everyone at this venue. Like, I looked like I was there to chaperone the concert. Like, I wore this shirt to that concert. I like this shirt. I don't like when comics come up and make fun of it. Oh, wore the, yeah, you fucking picked it. Wear it, idiot. But it does not belong at a fucking basement punk show. Like, I look like I should have been wearing like an orange vest walking down doing a safety seminar. Like, hey, if anybody falls in the mosh pit, who's on 911 duty, you guys? Guy with the microphone makes the most sense with you. The other ones have instruments. Okay, quiet that guitar down, young man. Make some room. This guy needs air, you know? Walk downstairs. Like, I assume I was being made fun of by all the kids at this concert. I assumed that because I kept catching myself making fun of other dudes that looked like me at it. Just like, oh, hanging on to your youth, huh, old timer? Ah, fuck, that's Amir. That's me. Ah, right. Okay. There's like 7 of us. Me and the other 7 bald, heavy-set dudes. We just stand in the back with our arms crossed and try not to move at all. Go under the radar. All the kids at this concert had like denim jackets full of like buttons and spikes and pins, like cool accessories. They accessorize a lot for not giving a shit. It's weird. I don't care what anyone thinks, except people that like the same stuff as me. It's all an image. It's all fake. Everything's fake. But like, they're wearing jackets and shit full of buttons and pins, and all I could think when I got down there was, there's no way you're taking all that stuff out of your jackets to wash them. You're all wearing dirty jackets. That's gross. Like, guys, these pants I've been wearing for like 3 days, but you wouldn't know they were dirty except I told you. They're not full of buttons saying these are dirty. Why the fuck would you do that? Like, I know being clean and fresh is not punk rock, but like, either take that stuff out of your jacket and wash it, or leave it all in, put it in your mom's new washer and dryer. It'll make a lot of noise. Your mom will yell, you're gonna break my new washer and dryer. Your jacket's clean, your mom got mad. Punk rock, right? Who's with me? Yes. A sea of kids. All these kids do have like purple and pink and blue hair, which upset me. Not because I care if you dye it, I don't care. But I don't like it. I don't like when people express themselves in ways I'm incapable of. I don't like that. Like, I used to dye my hair cool colors. Like, I did, like purple and pink and shit. Like, I used to do that. The best I could do now is I could dye my scalp pink. You'd be like, is this counterculture enough? And you go, Eric, you look like a big penis. I'm like, well, that sounds pretty counterculture to me, so I think I'm pulling it off. I think I'm a little more hardcore than these bitches. I used to dye my hair cool. I dyed my hair purple when I was 14. The first time I dyed my hair a cool color. I was 14, dyed it purple because I saw the Blink-182 Josie music video. And Tom DeLonge has purple hair in the video. And get this, you guys, get this, in that music video, they play the chorus to the song in a bathroom. What? Fucking punk rock, what won't they do, you know? Wow, they're so hardcore. Like, oh, in a bath, who would do that in a bath? And the fucking punk rockers would do it in a bathroom area. You're gonna dye your hair purple. And that was pretty hardcore, it was pretty cool, right? Not as hardcore as I'd like to believe though, because I'll tell you guys, my grandma bought me that purple hair dye at Sally Beauty Supply. The kids at high school didn't know that though. I think like dyeing my hair purple, kind of punk rock. My grandma doing it, not punk rock. My grandpa mumbling, you're gay. Now that was pretty punk rock. That was, we went down and back. We went on a journey onto Eric's punk rock world. And he wasn't even my biological grandpa, he was a step-grandpa. And I was like, look, a lot of people call me gay. Step-grandpa, nah, dude. You don't have that, you're gay. How's that sound, huh? You're gay. I don't know what that means. My grandma had sex before you bitch. Like, you know? Oh no, my grandma's here. That would be... I listen to, I know that Blink-182 is not a punk rock band. If you want to get into the nitty-gritty, I know they're not a punk rock band, they're a pop punk band. When I said I was into punk rock, I wasn't as much, I was into pop punk, which is way lamer, I will admit. It's not cool, it's not cool. And I still haven't fucking outgrown it yet, that's what's the worst part. But like, here's what it is if you don't know, like pop punk, I was never into like punk rock, because I was never angry at like systematic oppression or the government or anything like big. I was into pop punk because I was mad that a few girls wouldn't go out with me. That's what I was mad about. She won't go to the dance with me. Like that, you know? It turns out I was actually mad at my parents for like 20 years and aiming it at everyone except them. They failed me miserably, guys. And my dad owes me money. He fucked up a bunch. Remember earlier?
Tell that story.
I used to have he has like 4 DUIs because he was an extreme alcoholic, and he was like verbally abusive, and so was my mom. They're both alcoholics, so it's not as funny. Yeah, maybe when I'm famous, I'll have like a Netflix special and it'll be called stand-up comedy, but there won't be any laughs. It'll be on purpose. I had a rough journey. We were in rural Illinois. Everyone was drunk. I was a kid. I'd have been drunk too if I rolled enough, you know. So back to the funny parts. That's the weirdest heckle ever. Tell me the truth. Never mind. Okay. All right. Moving on. Like I said, I'm still into pop punk. That's what sucks. Like, I'm in my 30s, I'm still into pop punk. I don't know when I'm gonna outgrow it. Like, here's what it is. I just like loud, fast music written by people that are bad at shit. That's my thing. That is my thing. I want it to be loud and fast, and the lyrics should go, that's what I want. When I tell people now, instead of like, if they say, Eric, what kind of music are you into? I don't say pop punk, I say post-pop punk. It's just fucking pop punk. I add post at the beginning because for a split second, you go, oh, is that something? No, it's the same. It's the fucking same. Just for a second, I trick you though. What it is like pop punk, like, I still just like fast music about stuff. Like, here's the difference between pop punk and post-pop punk for me. It's a very slight difference. Pop punk is about girls that won't go out with you. Post-pop punk is all lyrics about feeling powerless and ineffectual in a world that's crumbling around you, and there's nothing you can do about it. So it's still loser rock. It's just the stakes are way higher now. That's the difference. When I'm at this concert, hanging out, and like, lead singer of the band I'm there to see is named Jeff. And he comes out and he starts tuning his guitar, okay? Dude next to me, on drugs I hope, if not, very dumb young man. Very unfortunately bad. Like, I'm standing there, Jeff comes out, starts tuning his guitar, getting ready to play, they're doing sound and all that stuff. Dude next to me just goes, oh my God, everybody, Jeff's here! It's Jeff, he's here, Jeff's here! Yeah, he's supposed to be here. We all paid because he's here. Did you just wander into a basement and get really lucky? What kind of life are you leading? I just wandered in a basement, it's my favorite band's there. What the fuck? Like, Jeff comes out, it surprised us all, honestly. I had no idea he'd be there. But like, Jeff comes out, starts setting the guitar, and then he starts playing and a mosh pit breaks out. And I'm gonna tell you, this was not like a pop punk mosh pit. This was not Warped Tour spin kicks. This was like fucking elbows and punches, like real mosh pit. I was like, oh my God, like these fucking kids are nuts. This is awesome. I thought I was at a pop punk concert. No, I'm at a fucking punk rock concert. I see elbows flying, fists, noses bleeding. I'm like, oh, this fucking rule. They were crazy enough that I backed off from the mosh pit. I was like, listen, I'm twice the size of every one of them, but like 20 of these little rats get a hold of me, I'm dead. I can't do it. I'm not getting sucked into this fucking vortex of shit. This is happening. And then I started to realize, like, no, everyone in that mosh pit's younger than 26 and they're still on their parents' insurance. Their actions don't have consequences. I'm at a fucking pop punk concert, you know? Like, if you're in your 40s, if you're 47 and you're in a mosh pit throwing elbows, that's pretty cool. Like, you're living for all of us. I respect that a lot. Stay away from me, we have nothing in common, but from a distance, thumbs up, man. Live your life, make me proud. Don't talk to me. Respect that. But like, this drug dude ends up in the mosh pit, right? And he's in there and he's not really doing the elbows, he's kind of like spinning around. He's a poser, but he's having fun, so I'll let him. And like, he's in there, and his girlfriend's hanging out next to me. And like, every 7 minutes or so, she would reach into this mosh pit, like Scooby, you know in Scooby-Doo when there's just a mass of a gray cloud, you reach in and go yoink and pull one person out? That's what she was doing to this fucking mosh pit. I don't know how. She'd go yoink and pull him out and go, honey, you're thirsty, you need water. And he'd say, you're right, I am thirsty, I do need water. And then she had a water bottle with a squirt cap, and she was holding it for him, and he was drinking water from her hand. Like he was like this. And she was holding it. His arms weren't touching the water. It was fucking insane. You know, like when you feed a baby goat at the zoo? That's what 2 adults were doing at a fucking pop punk show in a basement. And at first it kind of bothered me. I was like, why the fuck would you ever do that in public? That's embarrassing for everyone. And then I was like, no, that's actually like a really good expression of love. Like, you care about each other a lot. Like, dude, The only time I would give anyone a drink of water like that is if they were dying. That's it. There's no circumstance, like if you have one functional arm and you're not like literally dead, like there, like that, like fuck you. You get a drink, you worry about it. Like I'll squirt water at anyone anytime, but I'm not aiming for you. All right. Remember when my dad was a drunk? That was, oh no, that was a dig out of my hole with my demons. I don't know. I've lost like 100 pounds in the last couple of years. Calm down, I'm still heavy. Like it's better. It's better, but it's not that. It's not that. Here, look, I'll tell you. You can woo and clap for me if you trade bodies with me. Otherwise, shut the fuck up. Okay, that's what I thought. See? Yeah. It's like I like that. It's like, hey, you look good, but not for me. Fuck you. No, you keep that body. It's weird. It's crazy. Like I have lost like some weight, and like here's what I did. Here's why I did that. I watched a documentary called Fed Up about the sugar industry. It was about like in the 60s and 70s, the sugar industry paying the government to lie to the American people about how fattening and addictive and bad sugar is for you. And I watched that documentary, and I got really, really mad. And then I quit eating sugar, had a headache for a month, and lost 12 pounds. And I was like, holy shit, this is something. I'm on to it. So I just kept doing it, right? And then like 2 years later, I'm down 100 pounds. Here's what I'm gonna tell you guys. I have tried and failed at diets my entire adult life. The one that finally worked, it worked because it was motivated by my anger at the United States government. What a bizarre way to fucking lose weight. Look, you Uncle Sam, I'm not eating sugar. You know what? The government wants a lazy, fat, complicit fucking populace, because if we have ice cream sandwiches in our hands, we can't build guillotines, and I'm done. Fuck you Uncle Sam, fuck you Dr. Pepper, I'm out of here. I quit eating sugar. I don't know if I lost the weight because like I was snacking less, or if it's because I burned a ton of calories being self-righteous. Woo boy, I was very proud of myself, and I would tell anyone that would listen, not like this, like one-on-one. You know, like in a group it's fine, but if you just corner someone at a party and go, hey, I quit eating sugar, I don't know if you know this, it's a fucking poison, man. What? Nobody wants to hear it. You know how that just bummed you out and you're like, fuck you? Like, yeah, that but on a personal level. That's what I did to people. Like the world's dumbest conspiracy theorist. Just going around, hey, you know how they said sugar's bad for you? Well, guess what? It's bad for you. We knew. No one ever said it was good for you, idiot. Just being real condescending, like, yeah, I quit eating sugar. Oh, you still eat sugar? That's weird. I thought we all quit at the same time I did. All right. Whatever. Oh, you let your kid eat that? You know what's as addictive as cocaine? Would you give your kid cocaine? Like an asshole. Like, I got so self-righteous, I argued with my nutritionist friend about this. Not like my healthy friend, my friend with a master's in nutrition. He's like, Eric, how'd you lose all the weight? And I said, oh, I quit eating sugar. It's a poison, man. And he said, no, it isn't. You just have to eat it in moderation. And I was like, yeah, you would say that, wouldn't you, college boy? You know where you got that master's at? A state school. You know where they get their funding? The government. You, man. You're just spouting off lies at me. Degree is founded on lies, piece of shit. Just a mouthpiece for a corrupt organization called the FDA, Food and Drug Administration. No, I don't think so. More like the Fat and Dead Administration. Yeah! Everyone that clapped, you're welcome to come join my compound. I bought a plot of land in Montana. No sugars allowed. We're gonna eat only stevia. I know it's bitter at the end, but you don't get diabetes, so fucking deal with it. It's worth it. I weighed like 330 pounds and I quit eating sugar. Now I'm at like 230, which is good. But like, it's weird to get like 330, that's a lot of person. That was big. I'm not, if you're heavy, I don't care, I'm not fat. For me, I was not comfortable with that weight. And like, I didn't realize I had gotten that big because I didn't notice it, which sounds stupid, but ever since I was an infant, every year or two, I've been outgrowing my clothes. So I just thought that was more of that forever. Just like, yeah, every year or two I get a little bigger. Last year I was in a 3X. This year I'll be in a 4X. Adds up to me. Just due for a growth spurt soon. I'm gonna be 10 feet tall. This is gonna level right out. Just the perpetually growing boy I am. Yes, forever. No, it's weird. Like, I had just chalked it up to aging. Like, I did not feel good. Like, I was wet all the time. My knee was swollen. I was like, yeah, well, fucking, you're not a spry 26 anymore. You're 29, Eric. Your body's breaking down. That's what happens. Like, you know, you get to your 30, you feel like a boiled hot dog. That is life. We all deal with it. That is our cross to bear as a species. No? I knew I needed to, like, lose weight and change something because, like, I got so fat that whenever I would lay down to go to sleep, my arms would go numb. Thank you for not laughing. I did not think it was funny either. Like, it's weird when you go to sleep, like you lay down and go to sleep and your arms join you. It's like either really bad or you're getting really good at going to bed. And you lay down and go, oh man, they beat me again. What are you guys dreaming about? Candy! Oh, that's adorable. Little babies. Back down to resale shop sizes now, which is important to me. I don't make any money doing this. Whenever you're in a 3XL, you can't find anything at a resale shop that fits. Like if you find one shirt, you find 20, and that means some dude died. Tell me I'm wrong. You cannot do it. It's true. Some dude died, and they're like, what the fuck are we getting at the resale shop? And then me going, oh, I don't know which one he died in. I can't drag one of these home and die in it too. It's weird to lose weight. Like going down shirt sizes is cool. Like this is like a large, which is nice. The only thing, like I'm always worried that I'm getting ahead of myself. Like I'm getting too excited to get down shirt sizes. So if I buy a shirt, I make my wife look at me like 50 times in it before I leave the house. And I'll say shit to her like, does it actually fit or am I making it fit? What does that mean? Nothing. It means nothing. Yet I ask her every day. And she goes, you look fine. I go, yeah, but you love me. What's the rest of the world gonna think? And she's like, why do you care if I love you? And I'm like, because everyone matters. Like it's, I just don't want to be the dude wearing shirts like this. Just go, oh, Eric. Yeah, like I'm okay with being chubby. I just don't want to be the dude and people go, he knows he's still chubby, right? Yeah, I do. I'm very aware of it. I check this every day, like a fucking pregnant woman in a mirror from the side, just looking at it. Hoping I'm losing. You guys get it? Miscarriage? But it's fat. It's not a real baby. It's just fat. Watched you guys. Remember when my dad was a drunk? That's weird that that's a call. Alright. I'll tell you, like, since losing weight, I have like a lot more confidence and self-esteem, shit like that. That's cool. One thing though, I realized I'm never gonna have the confidence and self-esteem of a puppeteer. Anybody in here met a puppeteer? No, they're not embarrassed about it at all. Really weird. Fucking weird. Like, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being a puppeteer, but if I were a puppeteer, none of you would know about it. You would find out I was a puppeteer when you came to a puppet show that I didn't invite you to. And saw me handling a puppet, and afterwards said, Eric, I didn't know you were a puppeteer. And I'd go, yeah, that's the idea. Why are you here right now? I was in Austin, Texas in 2016, and my brother and I went to an adult puppet show. Not what it sounds like, you know. Different than that. It was like emotionally charged tales told with puppets, okay? Like it was like adult themed puppet, not that way. Like, think like Mr. Rogers with an anti-capitalist flair. Got it? Okay. That's what it was. And I went to it because I wanted to do the weirdest thing we could do in Austin. Keep Austin weird, right? It's a 10 p.m. Friday night puppet show aimed at adults. That's pretty fucking weird. All right. So we go to Trouble Puppet Theater. That was the name of the place, which is the fucking best. So good. I wish I were making, Google it. It's a fucking place. Trouble Puppet Theater. I love that name. Like, oh, are these puppets mean? Are they bad news? Fucking puppets are trouble. If you see these puppets coming down the street, cross the fucking street, okay? They're trouble. But we go to this puppet theater company, we go in, and we meet the owner of the puppet theater company. His name's Connor, and he just came right out and admitted to owning it, which I thought was crazy. And you be a little embarrassed. Like, don't, like, be sheepish. I'd be like, oh, do you work here? He's like, no, I kind of own the place. Like, no, like, he's like, I own it, thank you for coming. Like, really into it. I talked to him, I meet Connor, and he goes, hey, thank you so much for coming. Like, I think you're gonna love the show, thanks for coming. Listen, before we get started, I'm gonna need you guys to forget everything you think you know about puppets. All right, done. Fucking string gone, felt gone. I am out of ideas, I know nothing now. In the 10 minutes I talked to Connor, he said puppet, puppetry, and puppeteering like 100 times a piece. Dude loved puppets. Like his wife, also a puppeteer. He married a fucking, they're both puppeteers, they got married. You know where they met? A puppetry convention. You know what that is? It's a place where a whole bunch of puppeteers get together and collectively continue to somehow feel no shame. It's incredible. They had a daughter. She was alive. She wasn't a doll. She was like, I saw her moving. She was moving on her own. He's like, it wasn't like, hey, do you want to meet our daughter? And I'm like, sure. And he's like, okay, well, I'm going to have to ask you to forget everything you think you know about love. These fucking Puppets are trouble. Oh. Hang out. My favorite person ever. What a fantastic band to have in the. You're all great, but he's making him like, oh man, he's really into it. Hang out, the puppet show starts, right? And it made me cry. I didn't expect that to happen. Like, I did not anticipate that. I went to make fun of this show. I was like, oh, that'd be fucking hilarious, stupid fucking pun. And then it made me fucking cry. Like, I had to hide that I was crying for my brother. And he hid it for me too. We talked about it later. We both wept. But we're emotionally fucking distant in bed because our dad was a drunk, do you understand? So we're both sitting here crying. I did not expect to cry at this fucking show. Show gets over, I wipe my eyes, I go up to Connor and I go, oh my God, this show was so good. I came to kind of make fun of it. It ended up being really good, and it made me cry, and I wish I fucking lived here in Austin. I'd be at every one of these shows every week. And he goes, thank you so much, that means so much to me. And I was like, no dude, I'm serious, what you're doing here is powerful, and it's fun. Anybody ever fanboyed a puppeteer before? That was a weird fucking day for, I went to, it's gonna be terrible, and then I left with a bone, like, oh, it's fucking amazing, it really changed my life. I'll tell you guys, I've fanboyed a couple times in my life. 3 times that I remember distinctly and embarrassingly. Number 1, 2013, Kyle Kinane, makes sense. All right, moving on. 2014, Paul F. Tompkins, makes more sense. Moving on. 2016, Connor the Puppeteer. What the fuck? I think it's that as I get older, I'm just letting the bar that amazes me drop. I just want to enjoy anything. Just anything. Please move me. And I'm like, oh, puppets? And a little boy that can't play soccer on a piece of string anymore? It's fucking weird. It's weird. I don't know why it made me cry. Listen, I could try to tell you what happened and you'd be like, yeah, it's not sad. I'm like, no, but it fucking was. You weren't there. Like, like you got me. Connor thanked us for coming. I was like, dude, I'm so glad that I came. I really am. It moved me. It's amazing. And then he said, you know, I'll tell you something kind of weird. He's like, after we had our daughter, we started doing children's puppet shows. We've been doing adult puppet shows for like 20 years around Austin. We had our daughter 2 years ago. Now we do children's puppet shows in addition to the adult ones. And some of our friends were pretty quote-unquote upset with us about it and said we'd sold out. That means that right now, in Austin, Texas, there are adults who handle puppets angry that a puppet show would dare entertain a fucking child. If there's one thing I think this room can agree on, is that a puppet should only be used to tell the deepest, darkest tales of the fucking human psyche, right? Oh, your puppet show has a song in it? Fuck you, you hack! What? What an aggressive stance to have. How do you get angry at puppeteers? They're dumb and lame and it made me cry, but how do you get angry about it? They said we'd sold out. Oh, you did Peter and the Wolf instead of a fucking Marx novel or something? What the fuck? Oh, you didn't do Don Quixote again with your puppets? I don't know any other shows that might be. Moby Dick, you didn't do Moby Dick with your puppets? Oh, you didn't do War and Peace with your puppets? Oh, you fucking cookie. Oh, Sesame Street? Bullshit. Like, you know, alright. Cookie Monster's fucking lame, bro. Alright. I don't know. Like, here's what's stupid. I never thought about making puppets or anything before until after that show. And then I went back to the hotel, and I laid in my bed for like an hour and a half at the hotel thinking, man, I don't know, punk rock bands didn't work. Comedy's not fucking going anywhere. Oh, maybe puppets. Like, maybe. Get some 2-liter bottles, felt. I mean, you gotta forget what makes a puppet a puppet. It could be anything. Hey, this is a puppet, you guys. You're at a puppet show now. Did you fucking follow? Alright. I riffed a bunch about my dad being a drunk, and I don't have a better closer than, I should have closed earlier, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying, so bye. I wasn't kidding, bye! Thank you for listening.
One more time for Eric Brown, everybody! Ty Clay, Harris Sanders, Taylor Hearn, Cammy, I've been Stetson Banks. Thanks for coming out to Saturday Night Comedy Show. We're here every Saturday. It's always free. So tell your friends. Guys, get home safe.